Hey, Annette. Let's see here.
Talk to you later. Bye.
There we go. You're unmuted now.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Hey.
Hey, Carol. How are you doing?
Well, I just had major contraction. Right before I got, no, a friend of mine was attacked by 2 German Shepherds, her and her dog.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so it's like, holy crap. So I'm kind of, yeah, she had to go get a stun gun. She carries one with her now in Mace, so that doesn't happen again. She's out walking a dog.
Wow.
And yeah. Let me turn this off.
Take all that energy and pull it out in front of you. And
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm so in the moment of,
Yeah, I mean,
panic attack, I forget to do the other.
Let's just, this isn't fine. I can actually just be the observer. It's like, not return it, but just like obliterate the energy.
Gosh. Okay, yeah, I'll do that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. And Annette, you're sideways for some reason. I don't.
Well, I'm just looking down. Oh yeah, I am sideways. Of course I'm sideways.
There you go.
That's natural. That's natural.
That's good. And after that clearing we did yesterday, you might be sideways.
Exactly.
Do you know that I sent the link to Audrey because she had some stuff that came up and it's gone.
Oh, no way.
It's just gone.
Let me try and get in it. Let me try and see what I've got.
On your side, because it's not pulling up from my side, and it says it doesn't exist.
Uh-huh.
Which I know.
All right. Well, hold on.
Carol,
okay.
I had
Let me see. How does that work? That's it. Oh, that doesn't change. Damn. I get my earplugs in. That's why.
It's okay. It's okay if you're sideways.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to get in my computer though.
That's okay. Yeah.
Well,
check on your side because I was like, I checked in a couple browsers and I was like, that's so bizarre. I had a few of the that were similar to that, but that was the one that really spoke to me.
Yeah, that one was intense. That's intense. So.
Yeah, that one had like covered everything. But it's.
Oh, check this out. Let me see. It's on. Check this out.
What does it say?
I knew I should have printed it. I knew it. I knew it.
I was gonna grab it, and then I went, "Oh, I'll just wait."
Damn it! I was gonna print it. I had it ready to print, and I said, "No, I'll do it because I'm office work tomorrow." I said, "I'll do it on Tuesday." Mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, that's what I get for sharing it with Audrey. I'm just kidding.
What?
That link that disappeared because we went through it yesterday. I mean, it was a bunch of information, and now today it's gone.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it wasn't meant for me then.
Yeah. Anyway, I sent you a new one. Oops, hold on.
Yeah, I glanced at it. I didn't get a chance to read it all.
Okay, let me unmute Deborah.
Hey.
Deborah. Oh, hold on.
Hey, Deborah, it's Carol. Hey.
Hi, Carol.
So I guess we're just waiting on Renee. We'll give her a couple more minutes.
Annette.
Hello.
How did you guys like? Hey, everybody! Did everybody get their updated meditations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, cool. What Annette and I were talking about, we were putting it up for this week, and I had found this clearing whole website thing, and we went through it yesterday, and today it's totally gone. So I do have similar stuff that I sent.
So, in what reality were you when you pulled it?
What reality? I think I was standing in all of them because this weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
I was standing everywhere. I probably. Anyway, so you guys enjoyed getting together and getting to know each other a little bit more with partners and stuff?
Yep. Yes.
Did anything come up for anybody, or was it pretty straightforward?
Yeah, things came up and we dealt with them.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Deborah. Yes, we did.
Yeah. took some booze. That's what I like to hear. We're only on week 4 and everybody's like, oh yeah, huh. You know, yeah, that showed up and yeah, as if. So anyway, let me just check with Renee. I think she's the only one we're waiting on here. So this week I wanted to talk a little bit more about flexing our awareness muscles. Because as I shared before, like I am just completely thankful for access tools. And then I also had the realization that some of them work, some of them don't work. Sometimes these questions will work or they won't work. And then you'll just have to add on to the question to see what resonates with you. And so the reason why I gave you the questions that I gave you and then also just had receive after them is because we're asking the question to receive it as energies, not to go to our head with it all. So that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit more this week. I know we kind of touched on it a little bit last week, but we're really in the mode now where we're feeling our infinite power. We're not really letting a whole lot stop us. We're being able to see the energies coming up and almost like grab them and go, nope, okay, incinerate. And then choosing in that space. Now, the clearing that Annette and I did yesterday, and I apologize, my doggie's a little barky tonight. Let me know if you can't hear me. I got my little, anyway, what Annette and I played with yesterday was a clearing that I got over the weekend. And it was pretty massive about clearing a lot of AI, matrix shit, you know, all that stuff that could interfere with us getting the messages of our own local, authentic, infinite being. Those energies are out there. It's not to make them, you know, whatever. It's just to be aware of them. And so there were some alternates that I also found that I had that somebody sent to me that I'll send out to you. And what happened with me is I did it on Saturday and I was kind of like knocked out for a good bit of maybe a half a day, a little bit over a half a day. And what I realized was there was a lot of stuff up in my system. And so maybe the tools that I was using that I thought weren't working were actually being interfered with. So, whoa, that's pulling up some yucky energy here. So let's just clear it. So let's start with any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, Wernicke's commands, booby traps, sack stringers, bindings, boundings, or any other life agreements across any lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Incinerate. I like to incinerate it. Like, it's fun. So, anyway, what I also just want to have you be aware of is really going back to your own energy. You know, if you're feeling wonky or stuff is showing up in your life where you're like, this isn't normally me, like, start asking some questions. I'll send you some questions to play with this week on that side of things, but it's kind of like, okay, and we did go through the, you know, how much am I being 100% authentic local me?
Right.
So we're going to start this class tonight. We normally expand out.
Yeah.
But I had some awarenesses about expanding in today.
No.
So we're going to expand in. How about that?
Okay.
Start.
Sounds cool.
Okay, so expand in, and connect to your authentic symbiotic planet.
What? Bananas?
Planet.
Oh, oh.
For you, it might be bananas, but
It might be a banana.
it might be bananas for us all.
There could be bananas on that planet. All right.
An expand inward to the planet as it actually is within you. And expand inward to that solar system. And expand inward to your universe. And expand inward to your multiverse. And expand inward to your beyond-diverse, to your infinite realms. And expand inward to your infinite being. And go inward and connect to your infinite symbiotic planet, or in Deborah's case, bananas. So there was a little bit of energies coming up with that, but mostly it was kind of like, for me, I just got this energy of like, ready to just like bust. So there's a part of all this that we have our own reality. But what if in our own realities, we also have all these other items?
Hmm.
So truth, how much are you being the commander in chief of your own reality?
Hmm.
What percentage would you say you're showing up as your, there's a lot of heavy energy around that, so I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Any unconscious, anti-conscious energy fog, manipulation, Wernicke's commands, booby traps, or any other like energies across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Incinerate.
Right. Incinerate.
Yeah. Something just makes me smile about setting something on fire, but I'm not a pyromaniac, and it's like, and I'm gathering that I might have been across time. But the things that so the energies that, and this is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm just going to share it anyway. You can just blame it on me for being bananas or crazy. The energies of the matrix that will sometimes interfere with us, or sometimes always interfere with us, because we're all potent individuals, and I think I might have said this last time, they don't like fire, and they don't think that joy or laughter is anything important. So that's why I think I get so much joy out of incineration. And use what's lighter for you. You can clear it, like, you're clearing somebody to shock them at the hospital. You can vanish it. You can, whatever that is for you, whatever is lighter for you, use that. I just happen to like incinerate. It just makes me giggle. So, so to all the entities in and around this body, room, house, neighborhood, everywhere, for everybody. Truth,
Right.
who are you? Who are you before that? Who are you before that? Who are you before that? And who will be in the future, and all the futures after that. And truth, what was your job? What was your job before that? Your job before that? All your jobs before that? What will your job be in the future? And what will all of your jobs be in all your futures? Portals closed, shut, shut, shut. Portals closed, shut, shut, shut. Take all your baggage, magnetic imprinting, and go now. Incinerate. And what are all the entities, demonics, creatures, coalition aliens, reptilians, parasitic beings, doings gods, agents, overseers, and other non-symbiotic frequencies? Trace, track, scan, ID, all. Where were you, the infinite being, at their creation, assembly, gilding, source, inception, insertion, modification, programming, or other? Let's get that energy. So let's freeze it all, and then I choose to banish all these energies and all their customers, clients, shareholders, and board of directors from all universes, planets, simulations, and VR worlds. Out now. Incinerate.
Exactly.
Lighter for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that that's just a part of our, I don't know if you've ever seen the Matrix movies, or just, there's almost like a layer that's kind of showing itself as real reality that's really kind of synthetic. And we will, and that's kind of where when we're catching those energies that it's like, oh, nope, don't really need to take that on. And it's synthetic in the way, like the way that I started catching it was, it would kind of look like somebody I knew, but then again, not. Like it would kind of come up, like information would be coming through somebody else's mouth at me to try to make me think that I was, like a big pile of poo. And I'd be like, wait a minute, that's not even that person talking. That's coming through that person. So has that happened to anybody here on the call, where you, like, somebody said something and you're kind of like, that really wasn't coming from them? That could have been just more.
Not yet. No.
I have not noticed that yet.
Okay.
Either.
I'm sure it has, but I just have
Yeah.
not been aware.
And I don't know, like I must have kicked something up to another notch or whatever, because it was happening over the past month, like all the time. And so there's a part of that you can go, oh, was that even them? Or something coming through them? Something coming through them to stop me, or something coming through. Usually it's something to make you doubt yourself. Like, oh, really? Was I? Oh, yeah, no. I think one of the examples, I think it was a week or so ago, I mean, a long-standing client of mine that has been amazing, he was kind of like, meh, and like his life has completely changed. Not that I'm taking, responsibility for that, but it's kind of like if you look at where he started and where it is now, like it's done a complete 180. And he was kind of just saying, no, it really hasn't done anything for me. And I was like, oh, that's interesting point of view. And then I got up the next morning and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't even him. Like that was stuff coming through him. And that's almost like the stuff that you have gotten triggered on in the past that will show up to trigger you again and again until you go, oh, wait a minute. Like, yeah, okay. So where you might have gotten triggered before 100%, now it's maybe only like 5%.
Okay.
And that's where just using this awareness muscle will help with that. It's kind of like if somebody says something to you that, say you've had a friend your whole life and all of a sudden something's coming through their mouth that doesn't sound right. Like, okay, is that them, something else, someone else?
Yeah.
and you'll get an awareness of it. Or if you don't, like if it's not clear, use that Mac Daddy clearing and then ask again. Because there's a lot of interference going on right now. And also what's happening right now is, obviously interference with dogs barking. What's happening right now is like timelines are merging, they're collapsing. And so there might be things from your past that might pop up to try to suck you back into an old timeline. Check that at the door and go, oh, wait a minute. What is that? You know, is this a contribution to me? Is it not a contribution to me? Is it from them? Is it from something else, someone else? And then just check the energy of it. And that's where you can like grab that energy and go incinerate it. And then I'll send that clearing page to you guys. There's a couple other ones that are similar. I'm going to also ask that particular one comes back because it was pretty potent.
Exactly. I agree. I'm really bumming, I gotta tell you.
I know. I was going to grab it while we were talking because we were partnered.
Right.
And I went, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then.
Right. We both made the same mistake.
Yeah. But that's,
oh, well.
Sometimes that will happen with all this work, you know, as you get more and more aware, like manipulation might up its game, but it's so stupid, like it's so synthetic, it's so obvious after a while what it is. You're kind of like, yeah, right. I don't think see you later, incinerate, whatever, you know, put you in a big bonfire, see you later.
Right.
Because the energies that come in to mess with us in a lot of ways are trying to hit us where they think, like they're going along our timeline and seeing things that might have triggered us. And that's where they try to pull us back into a timeline. Sounds crazy, but true. And so that we go back to that energy so that we open up to be attacked, basically. So when you can use that aware muscle and be like, nah, sorry. And Carol, were you giving it the bird or were you? Or you can 1, 2, 3, and 4 it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
As we delve into further and further parts of this class, you're going to see your life go like this. And know that you are the infinite being in the middle of it all. And know that you own it. Like, I own this. I own this house. I own this neighborhood. I own this fucking planet.
I love it.
Do you get that energy?
Yes.
So what would fuck with that?
Something very stupid.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like this energy, these energies that show up. Like I caught it for something and I was like, that's just stupid. Like I can see that from 10 miles away. Like why would you even go there with me? So
that thing I posted on our page today, that's one of those things this weekend that kept fucking with me. I'm like, bullshit, what is this? Why is that there?
Because you're stepping into your potency and it's going, I'm just gonna, like, it's almost like a little yappy dog that will try to, get your attention away from your potency.
Right.
And when you look at it as that, it's kind of like, yeah, right,
to me, it was a great example of the dynamics of what we're working in. And after I just kind of shared it, it dissipated, it was gone, and I ended the day with a tiara and a nice glass of wine, and I'm like, and lots of other possibilities that have just shown up today that are like magic, literally like magic.
Yeah, so you know what? When you acknowledge that kind of stuff and you see it and you call it out,
Yeah.
That's what it just like disintegrates. You almost
Yep.
don't have to incinerate it. I just like to incinerate it just because
Right.
it's fun. But you almost don't have to do that. And then it's kind of like, thank it, because wow, it showed me that I didn't have to go to that old energy of like, I got to worry about my business and I got to worry about this and and money and all the things, relationships and all those things we've worried about and stressed over and have been taught to have these like heavy energies pushing them up a hill in order to have it. Like we're not in that space now. We're just not. And all this stupidity of synthetic universes that have been overlaid on us, that we've been told, oh, we go do this and you'll be happy, and go do that and you'll be happy, and go do this in your business, and follow these 7 steps, and all that bullshit that we've been fed in this whole reality that hasn't showed up. No, but people will still be asleep and be choosing it again and again and again.
Right.
And the cool thing is that you guys are 1,000 steps ahead, and you do not have to choose it.
Right.
Not only that, you're seeing it before it's even like coming up for you, or you're catching it and you're like, no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
And it will go to those doubt. So it's what it does is it goes to the doubt, the blame, the shame, the regret, the guilt, all those distractor implants that Access Consciousness talks about. The thing is, we come into this lifetime implanted with those things, and that's how it messes with us. But when we grab the energy around it and incinerate it, it goes away. It goes away for good.
Right. Okay.
Woohoo! Woohoo! So, what would be possible of like, this is my fucking planet. It's not like bring it, because you're like, as if. It's almost like, you're the 500-pound sumo wrestler. This might not be a good thing, but you're the 500-pound sumo wrestler, and this little, like, 50-pound kid comes up and tries to be like,
Wash.
It's like, I'm sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I just smashed you. So anyway, when you're coming from that space, what could you create? And if create isn't your word for you, give me just 1 minute, because I'm just about had it with these doggies. Right back.
It's okay. Oops, come on.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so.
What did you do? I heard the dog barking, and then it was quiet, and then one last little shot, like it goes, utter silence. What did?
Well, I have a presence. When I come up the stairs, they usually like, I have an energy that I bring that's like, I guess there was a little girl at the door, but I missed her. Anyway, that was that little synthetic reality ringing the doorbell.
Yeah. There you go.
So when we think about it as that, and don't make it this big thing of like, oh, I'm worthless, I don't know how to do a business, I don't know how to do a relationship, I can't, all those things, and we go to, no, this is my fucking planet, and this is what's happening. Good?
I'm gonna mount that bitch.
Yeah. Yes. So from that place, just having the awareness, asking additional questions of, okay, is this me? Is this something else? Is this someone else? What will happen with all this is that, okay, so what we'll do also is just clear everywhere we've stopped ourselves.
Right.
So let's look at the timelines of all of our lives. I'm going to include Renee in all of this as well.
Right.
Yeah, she's okay with it. So along all our timelines, do we get the energy of whenever we've stopped ourselves, doubted ourselves, felt badly, felt, all of that.
Bring it all to the front.
Yes, let's bring it all out to the front and behind,
Bring it all to the
all
front.
the way around, from up, down, whatever. Bring it all out front like a big old, anywhere where we've held on to those energies in our bodies, release. Across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Release, 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 release. And now we'll expand back out since we were expanding in.
Incinerate.
Now let's incinerate that
There.
I see you, I am not you.
I
Next.
see you. I am not you. Next.
Next. Whatever that is for you.
You got it.
So I'm just going to address this because there's a part of the word creation that is not resonating with everybody. There's almost like a heaviness there. There's almost like a have to, not a desire to, not I'm going to go take my magic wand and go play in the energies of, I got to pull out my magic wand for that.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. Anyway, I guess it needs a battery. Magic wand needs a battery. But
You're the battery.
we are the battery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby. So where
Yep.
we defined creation as roll the boulder up the hill. Anybody defined it as that?
Yeah.
Were you saying something, Deborah? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't,
Okay.
I didn't get what you said. Defined it as what?
Roll the boulder up the hill.
Oh, well, nope.
No, you haven't defined it as that?
Nope.
So what would be creation for you?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
To roll the boulder up the hill?
Yes.
It's hard shit.
I gotta go get clients.
It's so
I gotta
hard.
go do this. I gotta put it on my to-do list. I gotta. But let me ask you this. If you had something in your energy, based on the last version of this class where we kind of went into words, energy words that we liked, what we would like our life to be. Mine were, I think I still have them here. Let's see. Yeah, me being the unicorn CEO of my life. Sexy, money, profit, and body. Magic, ease, elegance, and creative playmates. And what does it say? And partner. So I find that stuff will show up, and let me say this. So I have these words that I would like my life to be. What has shown to me a lot lately is the synthetic version of those.
Oh, that's interesting.
Not interesting.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, ooh, so am I in a synthetic? Am I trying to create in a synthetic reality, or am I creating my reality?
Right.
Hmm.
So the way that that was showing up for me was like I was asking for joy. Because I like to have fun, I like to laugh, I like to be around people who are fun and like to laugh. But what was showing up was people who define fun as something completely different than what I was.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I just want you to be aware of how the synthetic versions of these things can be showing up in your life. And that's when you have to ask, oh, am I in a synthetic, have I gone to synthetic reality or am I still in my own reality?
Right.
And you can incinerate the synthetic part of, because the synthetic's usually like plastic, almost like bubble wrap over something. You can and then go back and really, because if you're the owner of your own reality, if you're the owner of this planet, if you're the owner of your space, the owner of your house, the owner of your business, all those things, then that authentic, 1000% authentic local you can just ask for something or focus on something, and it'll be like, that's when those things pop in.
Hmm.
And whenever we're getting frustrated with like, what the hell, like we're doing a lot of WTFs, like, what? Check yourself. Check that you're in your own authentic reality.
Got
Not being in everybody else's, because we live in a world that is like a world of dopamine addiction. Everybody's eating like the salty and creamy foods. Everybody's watching TV. Everybody's nonstop on their phone. They're getting the hit. Like they're getting that hit because we're not getting the natural stuff that we need in our body. We'll talk more about that as we go along. But that's the synthetic reality. That's the AI reality. That's the virtual, I call it, what was I calling it? The VVR, the vivid virtual reality. You probably met those people. They're kind of in their own world. You might talk to them, but all they really hear is their own voice. They might have said something to you, but they're really just in their own little VVR.
Yep.
And they might not come out of it anytime soon. So most of this reality is that. And so the nice thing about having this awareness of all this is that you can show up as your authentic energy, know the difference, not have to deal with that, incinerate any energies that come up that are just like, yeah, as if, see how stupid it is, really. Because it's all a simulation. It's like, I could push this button and explode you in a fucking second, motherfucker. So.
I love you, Carol.
Audrey. So any questions about that?
I don't have a question.
I'm afraid to ask. You might
Exactly. Do we dare? Do we dare?
There.
Don't worry, I won't incinerate you.
Space now.
But does this make sense in a crazy kind of way? Like, have you seen this show up in your life?
I've had a pattern of stuff show up just this week.
Yeah, and
and I just got it with what you were saying.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this shit isn't real, and it's trying to make me think it's real, which is even funnier. Like, and I'm just gonna throw a big Molotov cocktail your way, and
yeah.
So, and also with the timeline stuff, just be aware of that, because stuff might pop up in a weird way from your past, or
right,
and try to pull you back into energies that you've already let go.
Mm-hmm.
So be aware of that. that showed up for me, this guy that was really crazy. The last remembrance I have of him was him being dragged out of, like, I think 5th or 6th grade by all the officials at the school. Like, he was kicking and screaming and biting, and and that's the last time I ever saw him until he reached out on Facebook.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, and the awareness of him came in like 2 or 3 weeks before he actually reached out, and I was like, oh, that's so weird.
Wow.
Doing all this timeline work, and I was like, oh, hell no, we're not doing that. I had a couple conversations with him, and all the energy just went, whoa. And I incinerated that motherfucker, and he really hasn't responded a whole lot since. So there might be agreements, allegiances, alliances, or maybe agreements that you came into this lifetime of timeline agreements with people. So let's just clear that for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So any agreements, allegiances, alliance, splitters, codicils, or any other like agreements across all timelines,
Mm-hmm.
past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Would you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all, please?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Clear. I'm going to say that again. So any agreements, allegiances, alliances, splitters, codicils, or any other like agreements across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here, incinerate.
Right. Got it.
And so now what else is possible now? If you had no frame of reference, if nothing was stopping you and you were the owner of the planet, what would you really have to do to create now?
Choose.
Choose.
Except to choose. That's it.
Yeah, what would it be like to, have $1 bazillion? Cool.
Really. Start traveling
Yeah.
more. You know what I mean? Going to exotic place. I don't know about exotic, but just beautiful, beautiful places.
So play in that energy as if those things are already here. Yeah. Like play in the energies as if it's already here, like you've received it already.
Right.
So what would that be for you, Annette? Let's just go down your reality road.
Okay. I would go and travel in different, visit different places and not have to, if you don't have to concern yourself with the amount that you're spending,
Yeah.
then it'd be, okay, I would stay at a castle, why not?
All that contraction around money or possibilities or any, my little thing came on again. I am the battery, I am.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, all that, like that we would put as a stipulation on it is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All that synthetic bullshit. Like, so where would you go?
I would really like to go to northern Italy.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's castles there. I suspect there might be, but I don't know. I never really looked, but northern Italy is always just a place that, yeah.
Access has a castle. I'm not sure where it is, but Access has a castle.
Yeah, Gary Douglas just opened his.
Yeah, he did. He did, but I think it's in the I'm thinking it's in the UK. I don't know why I think that.
It's in Italy.
It's in Italy.
It is in Italy, is it? Oh, okay.
Castleborn or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a friend of mine has gone to Italy several times, and they always like rent out this thing, so you could probably rent out
like a villa or something.
Go to rentacastle.com.
I know, exactly. That's
Well,
right.
it's still there before we totally obliterate that. So
yeah, exactly.
Obliterate websites like we did today.
Yeah.
So
weird.
Yeah. So what and where would you what would be the next step further? for you?
The next step. I'd have to go somewhere where there was a really nice beach.
Okay.
That meditation that you had, I thought of that island, was it turquoise? I forget. I went to, I think it wasn't Cancun. My sister went to Cancun. I went to a place in Mexico years ago, and the water was turquoise color. I went with a girlfriend, and it was awesome. I was like, where the heck was that? I'm gonna have to
What you're
look.
talking about, is it, no, it's not Puerto Vallarta, is it?
No, it was with a Club Med. That's how long ago it was. I don't even know if Club Med still exists.
You
But
know
anyways,
who has really beautiful turquoise and gorgeous beaches is Australia.
oh, okay. Now, see, that would be another place.
Yeah,
You know,
Moonsaw Beach
the-
is
Yeah.
amazing. It just will blow you away.
oh wow, I'll have to look. I have to look that up.
It's a long ass flight, but it's definitely worth the trip.
Australia.
You
Yeah.
might have to stay there for a month or two.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna
like
go that,
24
if you're gonna go that far, yeah.
Yeah. I stayed 2
Yeah.
weeks. It was amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Um,
So something like that. That's
Yeah.
what you know.
and you could just get the energies of the space where you wanted to be and call it in, and you'll start seeing pictures and.
Yeah, it'll actually come up. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it'll
It
actually
will.
come up. You'll start getting those little tracking.
Yes, I know, right? Isn't it amazing how that happens?
So where could we actually use that to our distinct best
Right.
local advantage
Right.
for our own use of, hey, show me some cool places to go. This is the energy that I would like.
Right.
My
I will do that.
authentic energy, not this synthetic crap.
Right. That'll be my homework this week. I'll do that.
And just play with that, because in this lifetime we've listened to all this BS and we limit it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can track back on all this stuff. Well, I would go to Australia, but it's a 24-hour flight and it might be expensive. I would want to go for 2 weeks. They've got big spiders there.
Yeah.
They might have koalas that would bite you on the side of the road.
You know. Okay.
Yeah, I would go to Australia in first class.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For
First
sure. If
class.
you're gonna fly that long of a
Yes.
flight, you
Yeah.
best be.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I flew overnight, so it wasn't that bad. My plane was pretty empty, so it was almost like being in first class. But
Yeah.
you can ask for the first class experience. You could ask for first class. You could ask for
Right.
if you were willing to ask for everything you desire beyond possibilities you've had. What would you ask for? If nothing would stop you, contract you. And sometimes we don't even have a frame of reference for that because we've been so
Right.
ingrained.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I got to think about the budget and I got to check with everybody and I got to make sure my dogs are okay. And I got, there are all the I gottas attached to it. So
Right.
no I gottas attached to it.
Right.
What would you choose? Where would you go?
I would choose to fly this whole group to Maui for 7 weeks while we did this course and had
Oh wow.
luxurious vacation.
There you go.
I'm with you.
In first class.
And receive.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
receive.
Receive.
Yeah.
I like that.
I would
Absolutely. Wow.
totally receive that, Audrey.
That would be so amazing.
I would be so
that would be
Give it.
And I know that you as a potent motherfucker will make that happen.
exactly.
What next
Wow.
class brings.
Wow. Yeah, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So if we expanded that out even further, we would add something.
Traveling the world.
Traveling the world, yeah.
Going to luxurious places. Discovering what luxurious really means.
Right.
Having
Teach
a beautiful man feed me
Teach
grapes
me, old
with
master.
compounds on the beach.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm with you, Audrey.
While I'm reading my EMO book for the 5th or 6th time. But so what if we could be, what if we have so what is our point of view about expanding out or expanding in?
I thought the expand again was kind of interesting because I didn't feel like I was going to combust. I felt more of a peaceful journey and getting to the core. I say core, you know, because I was going into my solar plexus anyways,
Yeah.
as going in, and it's like, okay, getting to the I'm going to say the smallest point of myself.
Yeah.
So that when you expand, then you're doing this similar, but you're just doing it in the opposite direction.
Yeah, so you're still in those energies, you're just expanding them out, or you can expand them in.
Exactly.
When I did them both,
Exactly.
so then I played with doing them both at the same time. You want to do that?
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's like,
And I got this like expansive energy. It was like, oh, maybe we have a point of view about expanding out and expanding in, thinking it's small and big.
right.
Really,
And it's the same. It's really the same.
really the same. So let's try that.
It's really would be like that, like that diagram of the man. Well, I say the man as of the individual that they show with the circles going around.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So you're going in and then you're going out, going in and then you're going out. It depends on
Really just expanding back into more of authentic you.
right. That's how I kind of looked at it.
Yeah, like it was actually the same energy of the planet, and that's what that meditation is about. It's like really like being one with the planet from an authentic space.
Right.
Like we talked
Right.
about, there's the being one that's somebody might put it outside of you. Oh, if only I were one with the planet, but it's out here, and I don't, poor little pathetic me, I don't know that I could do that.
Right.
Or it's all within us already.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of embracing it.
Right.
However that is for us. And when we talk about, because I'm rereading the book as well again and again and again, but the thing that kind of hit me about it was we are that orgasm energy. So how much have you shut that orgasmic energy down?
Right.
Because you think it needs to fit into my little body or my little being, and really, how big is your body and how big is your being? Really. How far out does your body and your being go?
It goes, well, the body is the container within the infinite being that is,
Yeah.
I mean, I say massive. That's not even the right word, but.
I like to say Jason Momoa size because I think he's sexy.
Yeah, there you go.
or larger.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's so where might you be limiting yourself that you don't have to?
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about that last time, but it's coming up again as an energy declare. So anywhere that you've made yourself less than, smaller, and any autoresponders, crust autoresponders, or any other like energies that are holding that smallness in place. Would you like to incinerate it now, please?
Yes.
And anything underneath, add infinitum down to ground zero, across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space, time, dimension, multiverse, universe, range, space, time, I haven't mentioned here. Okay.
Clear. Incinerate.
And then whatever that other energy is that's coming up behind it, I'm just going to pull it out front, from all around, from behind, all around, and incinerate that puppy.
You got it.
So as an aware being, you can now go, I see you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like Audrey said, when you say I see you, it's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, you're just like a little toy soldier. You're not real.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just incinerate you and see you later. And now what's possible?
Right.
But the thing about this is, guys, gals, is we've spent many lifetimes being and trained and ingrained in the total opposite way. So what I'm going to ask you to do over the following week is be more aware of when you're contracting yourself.
Right.
Fan back out. And when you might be stopping yourself or might start to have those distractors come up, like doubt and blame and shame and unworthiness and, you know, no confidence and all those things. It's like, oh, wait a minute. What? No. Like, because if there's something showing up in your reality that doesn't match the energy of you, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get out of my yard.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. That's right. Get off my
This is
lawn.
my lawn. This is my authentic lawn. This is my authentic house. This is my authentic business. This is my, you know, not from the place of ego-ness. It's
Like
from the
selfishness
place
and like
of,
that.
like potency.
Right.
It's kind of
Right.
like when I walk up the stairs and my dogs quit barking. Because I throw an energy at them and they're like, whoop.
The big dog is here.
Not gonna happen. And so where can we actually have fun with this?
Everywhere.
Yeah, so that was what came to me last night was like, God, everybody said, like I am in the fun of a lot of things, and I realized I was taking some things serious, and I went, oh my gosh, you know, and then I went, you know what, suck it up, Buttercup. This is supposed to be fun.
Right. It's so easy to get serious about it.
I know.
Because I've caught myself, I don't know, the past month, I'm going to say, and it just came to me the other day. It's like, Annette, you have not really been laughing that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you know, and Carol knows I like to laugh.
Yes.
And I thought, what the hell? Like, something is not right here.
Where you might be picking up all the energies of everybody around you being really serious about this shit. Or
Yeah.
just give that up to Jesus, Yahweh, whatever now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Incinerate that.
So whenever, like now that when I get really, you know, serious about this, I call it serial about this.
Yeah.
I visualize myself in a super cape, walking through town and just having everybody looking at me.
Laugh.
What the hell is that girl got a super cape on? Like, is she crazy? Yes, she was crazy. Crazy enough to incinerate your ass.
Exactly. Exactly.
So where could we have more fun with this than we could imagine?
Yeah.
Where could we create more out of that fun rather than, I got this to-do list and I must contact 5 people today because, blah, 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 you know? I find that like when I'm in the fun or when I get out of the way or I go, what would it be like to, you know, be in Australia on that beautiful beach? I mean, that's kind of how I got there, and it showed up really quickly for me.
Okay.
Get there, you know, it just all fell into place. And so where do we stop it when it's in the middle of, you say Italy, oh, you say, the universe says, oh, you say Italy, do you? Castle, do you? And then it starts going out and really doing all the energy webs to go start making that happen. Then we go, oh, but I gotta, when we start to go into the buts,
Right. We talked about that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
when you know where your head is, you gotta pull it back out, and
Right.
you don't want to incinerate yourself. So you
Right.
want to get out of there.
And it's easy to do.
Yeah. And so but we've lived many lifetimes doing that. We've been and trained and ingrained to go, oh, but. So anywhere where you go to oh, but, and I'll give you different partners this week to play with. You guys can play with each other's butts.
Okay. Oh gosh, that's too funny.
If anybody gets an EMO out of that, you'll let me know. But anyway, so where could we have more fun with this? Where can we really expand our energies even further to where we're there all the time? And it's just going to take practice. You're going to go with this and like this and this and this and this. And then finally one day you're going to be like, oh, I like it out here. This feels orgasmic. This feels great.
Yes.
I'm laughing all the time. I'm laughing at everything and I'm incinerating everything and not even having to say incinerate. This is really cool. Where all that stuff starts happening automatically in your favor rather than against you, like this
Right.
as it coming at you. Let's have all this work in our favor. So anywhere where we can have our expansion, inward and outward, work our local authentic favor.
Right.
And anything that doesn't allow that, incinerate. Questions?
No, that makes sense.
Okay. Any requests? Carol, your crazies or any of that? Anybody want to bop on the head with the magic wand?
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So know that you are the wand. Know that any energies that are showing up are either showing up for you to clear them, because everything is always a possibility.
Right.
So it's kind of like, oh, I don't really need to step in that dog do today. I'm going to just step over that. And what's next? And what's next? And what's next? So what would you all like to create? Let's say it out loud here if you feel like sharing. What would you all like to create over the next week?
Oh, week.
Ease.
And it could be anything. Ease with what?
I need more stimulation. I need more creative stimulated.
More
Creatively.
stimulation? Okay. In the form of like laughter, other people?
Everything.
Yeah. Laughter, other people, something.
I don't think she's hearing you.
Oh, are you talking to me? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. So any unconscious
I like to be able to understand and hear better.
any unconscious anti-consciousness energy fog.
I like to have this fog lifted.
Or any other life energies clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were more specific with that, Carol.
Designing type of thing. That's what I used to do.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not feeling. I don't have that fulfillment anymore since I'm out of the business.
Well, you could have like universe if show me what that could be.
Okay.
In my own authentic local universe reality, what that could be. Show me. Show me that I could share my creativity. That could be juicy, orgasmic, expansive.
Fun. I just want fun. For now.
Was I telling one of you that I had a client that's thought when I said expansive that it was like expensive, but I was just being Southern? expansive.
Did you say, well, bless your heart?
It's expansive.
Yeah.
So, does anybody else want to share something?
I'm gonna work on. I get an
wanna-
essential oils presentation. I say presentation. It's a 10-minute dialogue. And so this week, tomorrow I was going to sit down and start just putting the bullet points, because I can talk about essential oils, as you know, for 10 minutes. But I want to speak to the because it's a group of ladies in the Ayurvedic club, vitality circle that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be about coming to your senses. Is
Oh,
the topic, and so I'm going to talk about the oils, right? And that. So this week is it's the creative juices of making it interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and still yet informative to get them, because some of them don't know anything about oils and some know a little bit. So for each of them, I want them to be have that seed planted of go and explore, go and try different oils, and this is what they do for you. So it's more about putting that together.
Yeah, so where could you infuse the energy of EMO into that?
Where can I infuse what?
The energy of extended massive orgasm in that.
Oh yeah. Well, when I think of oils, I think of more of a sedation type thing, and not a
We probably think more of a healing things for oil.
yeah.
Carol does oil.
Versus like yeah. The excitement of okay, let's go.
Well, CBD oil is one of those oils.
Yeah, that's more of a,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right. Yeah, I'll
But yeah, it's just like the sensualness of it.
yeah,
Somebody's
it is.
putting
They
oil
are
on their
sensual.
skin and they're
Yeah.
smelling it. It's like there's a sensuality to that.
Yes, there is.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Because I know you've smelled some of my oils, and they are.
Yeah, she has amazing oils.
They
Carol
are.
does some oils too, but yeah, Ned has some.
Well, I did the Young Living. That would be fun to concoct my own oils.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With the frequencies of different.
Yes, yeah, the frequencies of the fragrances and what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what
It's fun.
frequency could you bring them all to that, they're buying all your stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know, because actually Hannah said in that, she goes, remember, just do a sales pitch too. She goes, because you can.
Yeah, and if you get them to that like sexy,
Yeah.
sensual place, they're going to be like, falling all over themselves to
Get more. Yeah, it gets them. That's true. That is so true.
baby. How much fun
Yeah.
could you have with that? You could have some laughter with that.
Yeah. That gives me a different perspective on how I'm going to go about this.
Yeah, because we get so serious. It's the group, it's the Rotary, or it's this, or it's that. And I'm like, I had to do a presentation, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And I went in there and I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote this beautiful thing. Well, of course, I left my phone at home.
Oh, no.
So I get there and I just started laughing. I'm like, oh, isn't this funny? And I go, okay, we're just going to start with the fact that I'm sexy and we'll go from there. And they started laughing.
I love it.
Oh, that's
And by
funny.
the end, like I had all these people leaning in, like that would normally be totally like checked out, blah, blah, blah. I've had more people.
Like, what?
And it was because it was like, oh, well, oh shit, I left my shit at home. Let's just go by the.
I guess you didn't need it anyway.
Yeah, what could these people receive is what I asked. Like,
Right.
what could these people receive and how could I have fun with doing this? Because I hate getting up and doing that shit normally.
Right.
How could I have more fun with doing this? And it did. It showed up that way. So what if we didn't have to define it before we did something like that and we just asked for the most divine energies to come through for people to really receive it?
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah.
Not
Because I know I can talk about it, but
yeah, because we can
Yeah.
size it up and go, it's a particular group of women and they're like this and blah, blah, blah. But how much is that shutting some of it down?
Right.
You know?
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it's a completely different energy. When I tell you what, when you can use that EMO energy on just about everything,
Mm-hmm.
it will show up in ways that you would not even fathom.
Okay. I'm in.
All right, cool. I know we've gone a little over. Does anybody quickly have anything else they want to share? Deborah? No? Audrey?
I have no idea what I want to ask for this week. So maybe I should be asking for clarity around that.
There you go.
Well, any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, Wernicke's commands, booby traps, and any other like energies that are in play here. Clear. Anything next?
That actually felt good. Thank you. It made me laugh. I don't
There
know
you
why.
go.
There we go. Are you being serious about this whole question?
Baby. Oh, it's
Okay,
too funny.
if anybody doesn't have another thing that they want to share, that's fine. We'll wrap up for tonight. I appreciate all of you and your time, and look for your play sheets. You should all have your morning meditations,
Mhm.
and just reach out if you have any questions. And I'll put you with different partners this week so you can play and have some fun. Sound good?
Sounds good.
And remember, I own the planet.
And the planet.
Yeah. So if any of this little bzzz comes around you, you're like, I own the planet. No, incinerate.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, big love. Have a great
All
week.
right.
And I'll
Carol.
You do the
follow
same. Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
you.